Hey, welcome back to Dank Discoveries. Thank you for being here. Today we have a couple products to review, and also we're gonna go on a more in-depth review on a couple products from the past episode, and as well, I want to go and talk about the piece a little bit more that I got. So before we get into that, I want to say if you're 18 year older, you're more than welcome to be here. If you're not, you have to keep it pushing. Again, this is not medical advice. This is not me telling you to go buy anything or anything. I'm doing this as a review of the products that I buy just to give my opinion, all right? So please don't copy anything I do or take anything I do as advice, okay? With that out of the way, let's move right into it, guys, okay? Now, I think I did a review on I did a unboxing basically of this piece, the Grav Deco piece or whatever they call it, the Grav Deco beaker bong or whatever. But I actually wanted to give a little bit more like in depth on how good it's been basically, right? And I have been smoking for years on end, and I've tried pretty much all different kinds of things, and I'm like really surprised at how well this works for how minimalistic it is. Like it's so compact, so small. It's not like a big fancy design, right? It's just a basic beaker, and it's outstanding. I've been able to enjoy each strand better, meaning I feel the effects specifically of each strand better. And between two different sativas, I had lemon gelato cookies and the Reziano, and there was a big difference. The lemon gelato cookies had more of a hazy, stony effect, as in the Reziano had that more let me go do something sativa effect. You know what I mean? So, and then I wasn't feeling that before this, right? And even with the Chemex, I had the Chemex from an indica, and I felt like my whole back, like my back, the back of my arms, the back of my legs, all of that was like completely numb and just feeling great, right? And so I never really got that strong of a body numbing effect before from an indica. So now I'm really astounded. So 10 out of 10 on that piece, guys. I really appreciate it from Grav, and also thank you to Rise for just stocking it and giving us such a good price on it, right? With that being said, I want to move on to a couple of the strands I talked about last week, and I want two more things to talk about I got today. So last week I reviewed Chemex and the lemon gelato cookies, and I want to just go over those a little bit more because I had some time to actually think about it, and now I just have a little bit more to say, I guess. Basically, the Chemex, like I was saying, I guess the reason I have more to is because of this bong. I actually got to feel it better. So, the Chemex was really outstanding, right? It was a great indica. The smell, like in the jar, was like a sweet chem. It's not like that super pungent like chem that you might get from like a super gassy strand, but it's like that sweet earthy chem taste. I mean smell. So yeah, you got that as soon as you open that jar, and it had some like earthiness, sweetness, dankness to it, but it had like a slight chemi too. And the chem came out more into the flavor after you after you smoked it a little bit. But yeah, besides the taste and flavor, the effects were of course were very strong. As I said, it had me feeling very relaxed. I mean, like as I said, it had me numb, like my whole back of my body, which means I was very relaxed. I was just chilled out, strong euphoria, a strong sense of bliss and like well-being, like contentment. Yeah, I was chilled out, heavy eyes, great strand, great indica. I would definitely give that like an 8.5, 8.5, and I would give it stronger. But I actually got some today that made me feel a little bit that kind of outshines the Chemex. But before we get into that, I actually want to say, yeah, I'm going to give the Chemex like an 8.5. Great strand overall for indica. But I want to move on to the lemon gelato cookies, all right? That was another one I want to say I kind of was really surprised by, because most sativas nowadays, you're going to get that like more of a hot, like a, I want to go do things like feeling, but I actually got this, and it had that stony sativa where instead of that like go, where it was like that hazy, like like back in the day sativas. So yeah, I was really surprised by that. It had me feeling great, very confident, very like it was like a psychedelic sativa instead of the racy, let me go do something. Like it was more of a psychedelic sativa, where high euphoria, um, like heavy eyelids, um, strong sense of like contentment, very blissful and relaxed. It was an amazing strand, right? And I'm gonna give that like an 8. I'd give it 8.5, but I like my indicas a little bit more, so I'm gonna give it an 8. You know, the smell in the jar definitely was like it smelled like a haze, but with that gelato pungentness, like that fruity pungentness over the sweet, spicy haze. Like if you know haze, it got that spiciness, like that spicy sweetness. Well, you got that, but over it, kind of like on the back end of it, you like if you smell it, you're gonna get like the spiciness, then the sweet, then you're gonna get that gelato pungent fruitiness, right? So it's a very complex flavors, very great effects. Totally recommend it. 8 out of 10 all day long. And with that being said, now we're gonna jump into today's stuff, right? Now today I went to go. Actually, I want to talk about the rosin because I actually already consumed it over this weekend, and I had got the Jet Fuel OG, and it was pretty great. It was a really flavorful. Of course, it has just like the cocaine of marijuana, pretty much. Very invigorating, very like fast paced, very like it's very driving, where it makes you think. It's like makes you want to do stuff. It makes you happy. It makes you very vocal and talkative. It's one of those strands where it's like, you better have something to do when you smoke it. And yeah, the smell and taste was another thing out of the world. It has that very gassy taste, like that lime gas, the lemon gas. Like there's certain different kinds of gas. I think there's gassy carafilline, then there's a gassy lemony strands. This is like those gassy lemony strands. So yeah, it got that very lemony gas, very tasty, very strong. I'm gonna give that one. Honestly, I didn't really like the effects, so I'll give it like a 7.5, because that's not really like that super raciness. I don't like really. That's not I don't like it. It's not for me. Okay. But overall, it was great rosin. I got the tier 1. It was beautiful, very clean, very potent, very flavorful. So yeah, overall, the rosin itself, I'd give it 10, but like the strand, I'm gonna give a 7, 7.5. So moving on from the rosin now, I actually went today and I got a 7G jar of the donut triploid, right? And it's kind of too technical to get into all that triploid and all of that stuff. But the basic thing you need to know is that donuts is a strand, and there's 2 other strands that it's mixed with, and that's what makes a donut triploid. And then 2 other strands, they have weird names like F4CN, that's crossed with VCPS2. Those strands are so weird. I never really ever heard of them, but basically, it's just like it doesn't even add like certain things. It just adds like strength and different kinds of stuff like terpenes or stuff. So it's more. This is just pretty much a cross of lemon gelato, lemon cherry gelato, LCG. It's LCG crossed with Girl Scout cookies crossed with OG Kush. So it's a really, really unique cross. The smell on this is, you'll get earthy, but you're gonna get very doughy, earthy, sweet, and with a slight fuel or pungentness, like a fuely pungentness on the back end. And then when you crush it, you're gonna get that pungentness, and the fuel is gonna come up like much more. And it's gonna like hurt, like not hurt, but I mean it's gonna smack your nose. I mean, like you're gonna definitely smell that. So it's a great like flavorful strand, and that's the whole point of like them crossing that, because it adds more flavor, more stuff. And another thing is that this is popping at the THCA is sitting at 33, but the THC itself, they do 2 different tests, the THCA and the THC. The THCA is sitting at 33, and the THC itself is sitting at 29. So you're probably gonna lose some of that. That's why they put 29. So but still 29 for THC content, strong effects, right? And it's still, even with that THC 29, it's still hitting at like 2.3% terps. The exact number is 2.247. So it's like a 2.3% terps with a 29% THC gas, right? And you can tell that that's how high the THC is because let me not even gas it, but this is the most coated strand I've seen from Rythm for at Rise that I go to. Like this one is drenched in trichomes, drenched. Like it makes it look like that shiny white when you get all that like trichomes on there, right? Like these are the smalls, but like it has all different colors. It has like mad different orange pistils. It has like those orange and blue different color. I mean orange and blue. Those purple and blue like hues with that lime green background and those like orange pistils. This is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful strand they done did. And yeah, the effects are outrageously good. I feel like a very like a straight hybrid. Like my whole body's chilled out and I'm smacked like stone. And yeah, I feel like uplifted, blissful, chilled out, body high, head high, happy, talkative. It's like all of it, right? Like if you go and need like, okay, I need to get a strand that's gonna hold me down all day. Grab it. This is gonna be it, right? And I'm gonna give this like a 9.5, and this is why I said I was gonna give the Chem X a 8.5 because this one is drenched compared to that. Like this, you could see the nugs. This one you could see the nugs, but I'm talking about like it's so covered in trichomes, it looks white. It makes the weed look white basically. So I'm really gassed by this strand. I just smoked some like about an hour ago. I'm still feeling it pretty strong. Heavy eyelids. Whole body is calm and relaxed. My head feels mad like chilled out, floaty. I'm just macking. So overall, Rise and Rythm and GTI, y'all doing your thing in New York. I appreciate you. You got great products and you got great customer service. So thank you for doing your thing. And thank y'all for being here today. Again, like, subscribe, and comment if you have any questions, any products you want me to review. And if you're not subscribed, please do so we can keep this going. I have a bunch more content and a lot more ideas. So let's keep coming back. Thank you for being here again. Bye.